going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know I didn't upload yesterday. I went live and everything. My editing software is messed up on my computer. I went in there to start editing up the intro part of this video, and it kept booting me, It did it a couple times in the past throughout this last week or so. I don't know if it's because my laptop's so old. I'm gonna try and push through it, and yeah, I spent almost all day watching that. Then I was watching the soccer game, and then the LZ Invitation, and I just got done watching the World Cup, and Argentina took it home. Check it out. Look at that. Messi got it, baby. That was such an amazing game, guys. If y'all didn't watch, or you guys don't watch soccer, and you guys probably ain't worried about this part, but man, the myth, the legend, baby. So we took it home. We got the World Cup. So excited. I'm so excited. But right now, let's get into the video. All right. So in today's video, this is for all my Accord fans out there, all my CG lovers, all my 6th gen Accord lovers. All right. So a lot of people message me on Instagram, but you also just comment on my YouTube as well, because it helps the channel. But yeah, sorry, I'm watching the game in the background, you know what I'm saying? But in this video, we're going to talk about the history of the 6th gen Accord. What years were they made? Where were they made? What body styles there were? Chassis codes, all that stuff, all the information I can give on the 6th gen Accord is going to happen in this video. So as most of you guys know, the CG Accord chassis, the 6th generation of the Accords, were split up into different categories. 3 categories. You got your USDM models, your Japanese models, and then your European models. 3 versions of the 6th gen Accord. So, like I said, Japanese, the USDM, and the European models. The 6th gen Accord hit the market September 4th, 1997 was the first production of the 6th gen Accord in Japan only. In Japan, they started producing them in 97. In the United States, they started producing the 6th gen in 98. In Japan, they ran from 1997 to 2003. But in the United States, they ran from 98 to 02. And in Europe, the European versions, it was 98 to 03. Same, but different. All 6th gen Accords. And as you guys know, they came 4-door, 2-door, 5-door hatch, and station wagon. But wait, we've never got a station wagon in the 6th gen. All the other generations of the Accords came in a hatch or a wagon. Why didn't we get one here in the States? The wagon was discontinued in North America, or in the States, but the coupe was discontinued in Japan. So in Japan, they didn't have coupes, only here in the States. But they had the station wagon there. Also, in Japan and European models, they had their performance versions, as they call it, which would be the Type R or the Euro R Accords. Those were only in the Euro models and the JDM models. The JDM version, or the Euro R Accord, was called a CL1, which was from 2000 to 2002. It came with a red top H22A. It made 217 horsepower and 163 foot-pounds of torque. It came with a 5-speed manual transmission with a T2 W4 LSD transmission. It had Recaro seats, a leather-wrapped Momo steering wheel that we all love so much. It came with like an aftermarket style suspension and exhaust. It came with a 421 stainless steel header. It came with the nice aggressive body kit or aero or bumpers and side skirts and stuff, you know, so it gave that more aggressive look. It also had more aggressive fenders and quarter panels with like a flare style kit on it. So the 02 model though of the CL1 Euro R Accord was called the Euro RX. Reason being, this model was like the more uppity, better version of it. The difference with this one was it had a factory rear privacy glass, titanium shift knob, and an optional red checkered interior instead of the original gold interior or bronze, and the bronze aluminum wheels. It had a bigger spoiler as well. It also had a better tune in the ECU and also a more performance version, synchros in the transmission, everything, made out of a higher quality materials and stuff. Now, the Accord SIR-T, which is a CF4, 97 to 2000. The SIR model had the F20B engine in it that made 197 horsepower and 145 foot-pounds of torque on the manual versions. And the auto versions had 178 horsepower and 142 foot-pounds of torque. The compression ratio on these were 11.0 to 1. It had an 85 bore and an 88 mil stroke. Factory redline was 7,400 RPMs. And the Euro R versions came with, like I said, the H22, which had 87 mil bore and a 90.7 mil stroke. That's the only difference from the F20B is just a shorter stroke displacement H22. So the difference from the auto version and the manual version is the cam and throttle body. And that's it. Also, the SIR wagon. Okay, there's two versions of the wagon, and unfortunately we didn't get none of them here in the States. I would love to have a wagon. But 99 to 01, the CH9 Honda Accord SIR wagon came with the H23A. We all know the H23s. Dual over the cam VTEC engine, 200, 190 horsepower. In 2001, it was a CL2, it was called, and it was all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive. Why didn't we get this in the States, bro? Japan always gets the good cars, guys. Tell me why. Why does Japan always get the good stuff? We want that. I want a wagon. I want an all-wheel drive Accord. Wouldn't y'all want an all-wheel drive CG Accord? I think that'd be dope. Now, on the USDM Accords, the 6th gen, your CG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in the States, they were only available in coupe and sedan. Once again, why? Why do we get the wagons? How many of y'all are wagon fans? Like, would have loved to get an Accord wagon. Every generation had a wagon or a hatch or something. And they stopped doing it after the 6th gen. Or before the 6th gen. On the 5th gens, on the CD Accords. Once again, like I said, the CG Accords 6th gen in the States was produced from 98 to 2002. And did you guys know, in 98, coupe only was the first Accord to have the wheels that have NSX wheels. The wheels on them are factory style NSX wheels in a smaller diameter and in 4-lug. The coupe was the only one that had that. So the coupe production started in September of 97 and started going on sale November 4th, 1997. And the sedan started production in August 1997. Them starting to be sold September 23rd, 1997. So yes, technically in the States, the CG Accords are 97, but because of it being a late production 97, it's titled under a 98. But technically, they did make a CG Accord or a 6th generation Accord in the States in 97. The more you know. And did you know that the sedan came DX, LX, and then EX, and then you have your LX V6 and your EX V6. But the coupe was only offered in an LX and an EX, 4-cylinder or V6. So you got your LX V6 and your EX V6. The DX models that only came in sedans came with an F23 2.3 liter non-VTEC, made 135 block horsepower. But the LX and EX models came with the VTEC engine, making 150 block horsepower. Same as the LX and EX model 4 cylinders for the coupes. But hold up, did you guys know the Accord came SC as well? Yeah, the 4-doors came SCs, which was only available in an automatic. They never made a manual version of the SC Accord. And the DX model, the holy grail of holy grail, lightweight for the CG. It came with no radio, manual windows, manual doors, no sunroof, none of that. It was 14-inch wheels, no cruise control, no ABS, rear drum brakes as well. It had pretty much the bare minimum needed to have a car being able to run and drive and be sold. I would love to find a DX model. That'd be dope. And then you have your EX and LX V6 models that came with a 3-liter J30 single cam VTEC. It made 200 block horsepower and 195 foot-pounds of torque. But they only came automatic. Why? I know I'm an F23 guy or an H and F series guy, whatever you want to consider my channel or me. I mean, I love all Honda engines, honestly. Do more F23 stuff, and I think they're a great engine. I think an amazing engine. People say, oh, they're pretty much a single cam version of a K series. Well, yes and no. They are, in a sense. Or people say, oh, the F23 is designed off of a K series, when it actually has backwards. K series is designed off of an F23. F23 was produced before a K series was. So technically, a K series is built off of an F23. And in Australia, the Accords went on sale in December of '97, and they were initially meant to be imported from the United States. However, in 1999, the Accord became the first Honda in Australia to be imported from Thailand in 2001, which is 0102 Accords, which is the facelift version of the Accords that has the nicer bumpers and stuff like that. There is 0102 front bumpers for coupes and 01 front bumpers for sedans, because coupe and sedan front ends obviously are different. Fenders and bumpers are different. On the facelift 0102 versions, for coupe and sedans, the front ends were different than they did for 98 to 2000. Same as the coupe, 98 to 2000 front end was different than 0102 coupes. Not a lot of people know there's a difference from the 0102 on sedans as well. Definitely on the coupes. Just like coupe fronts are different than sedan fronts. The only thing that are the same are the headlights. But the fenders, the hood, and the bumpers are different on the sedans and the coupes. Same as the bumper brackets and the bumper bar, all that, all different on the coupe and sedan front ends. But an 0102 sedan did get a facelift as well. Also came on 0102's coupes and sedans had more of an aggressive side skirts as well. And also you have an 02 SE Canadian facelift model, which are dope. I actually like the Canadian versions. I would like to get one. I mean, I would like to own all the Accords, to be honest. I'm an Accord guy. In 01, the special edition was added, and the DX package was reintroduced in 2002 models. And did you guys know that in 01 and 02, there was a recall on these cars? A bunch of these cars, per se, around the world. 1.7 million had a recall on their airbags that were just going off or not going off in impacts. And with that happening, there was major 240 people were injured and 24 deaths because of this. That's bad. I didn't know that. Did y'all? And they had 37 million recalls. 37 million recalls for this on the Accord 6th generation. Also, did you guys know the Accords came with not only F23s, F20Bs, a H22 and H23s? Did you know they also came with F20B6, which is a 2-liter single cam F series. They also came 1.6 and 1.8. So they had an F16, an F18, F20, F22s, and F23s. All single cams, VTEC and non-VTEC. The Euro versions, and then those were mainly in the United Kingdom, which came, the ones that came with like the F23s and all that kind of stuff, which were considered the good engines there, were the Type Vs and the Type Rs. Those came with the F-23 Z5s. And then the Type R models came with the H-22, Euro R, red tops, blue tops, stuff like that, you know? But the F-18B was a VTEC engine, single cam, made 138 wheel horsepower out of a 1.8 single cam. Then you have your F-20B6, that was a VTEC engine as well, single cam, that made 145 horsepower. The Type V is their performance package there, which came with the F-23 Z5, which was pretty much the only place that had the Z5. We have the F-23 A1s and A5s, stuff like that, you know. Accords also, not many people knew this, and I think it's dope. Came diesel. Yeah, an Accord. Honda Accord. Came with a 2-liter diesel non-turbo engine. So the 6th generation European version of the Accords were considered CH models. You had a CH5, 6, 7, and 8. As here in the States, you would have a CGs, and the Japanese versions were called a CL or CF, CF3, CF4, CF5, and then you had a CL2 and 3. Sedans or wagons were the difference from the CFs and CLs. Now, why do people not build the 6th generation Accord? Well, a lot of people do, but not really here in the States. They mainly do it, the Euro versions or the JDM versions or something, because of them having the F-20B or the H-22, H-23s, because people believe that those are better engines than what came in the Accords here in the state. Which, don't get me wrong, all three of those are great, amazing engines for sure. But people sleep on the F-23 for the simple fact that it is a single cam, and people think twin cam is the way to go, which for sure, twin cams are great. I love the H-22s, I love the F-20Bs, I love the H-23s. They're all amazing engines. I love H and F series engines in general. But the F-23 is also a big block engine, so with H-23s, H-22s. But what's going to spin faster? That one cam or two cams? You have more performance aftermarket support for the F-20Bs and H-22s and H-23s over an F-23 for sure. But I love the F-23s. Stock, they are a dog. But when you turbo them, they are nasty. They're torquey because of the stroke of the crank. So therefore, that's why I built F-23s. People always ask, oh, what engine should I put in my Accord? Blah, blah, blah. Put what engine you think is better fit for you. My opinion, F-23. G-23 even. I want to build a G-23 because you get all the amazingness of the block of an F-23, but the goodness of that H-22 or F-20B head. So G-23 all day long if you're trying to do something. But don't sleep on an F-23. They're seriously a good engine. And it doesn't have the FRM sleeves that H has, that you can't do anything unless you sleeve them, whatever. Not the case on F-23. That's why everybody now is going G-23, because they're realizing the F-23 block is such a good block to use. It's stronger all over in every way possible over an H block. So that's why everyone's doing G-23s, and like I said, I would love to build one. But the 6th generation Accord is also one of the heaviest generations of the Accord, which sucks, but it's true. Also, the all-wheel drive Accord wagons, well, not only wagons came all-wheel drive, but the VTSs came all-wheel drive. VTS Accords came all-wheel drive, but only in an automatic, which really sucks. So to go all-wheel drive in one of these cars, you would have to get the rear subframe out of one of these, kind of probably fabricate it to work. If not, you can probably fabricate your own stuff to work and go F to B, F to K to go all-wheel drive. But I think that's going to go ahead and close out today's video, guys. I hope this information was useful for anyone. I've had a lot of people ask me about the Accords, the difference in the 6 gens, and what engines are coming in them, or where can I get this transmission and stuff, and all that. And I like making informational videos like this. I really enjoy doing them. So if you guys have any questions or anything, leave them down in the comments. If you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't cost you anything, and it helps the channel tremendously. And if you have not yet hit that thumbs up button, stop sleeping and smash that like button for me, guys. And we will catch you on the next one. Peace out and God bless.